Hello and welcome to the Hardneck store and this year's Halloween fun video. Starting things off, we went to this place called Frazetta's that we found. I think it's Frazetta's. There was a hearse out front and it looked really cool. Had to go inside. Giant Batman statue right as you walk through the door. I really was kind of disappointed, honestly, when I first walked in because it was all just normal Halloween costumes and statues and things, and I was like, where's all the horror stuff? I was really confused, but you'll see in a moment how that all changes. This statue right here, I'm sure is from some kind of children's movie of some sort, but I don't know what it is. And he was really tall, so I thought I'd get a clip of him. They had a bunch of masks in the back, but like I said, it was all not horror related. And then there you go. There was a horror showroom doorway that you had to go through to get to a totally separate area in the back that sold all the horror related stuff. These Trick or Treat Studios Halloween decorations I think are awesome. They're vintage looking and they're badass, and I really need to get me some, especially the Halloween 3 ones. These giant pumpkin looking things with people coming out of them. I don't know who made them. I don't know who sculpted them, but they did a damn good job. They look awesome. I cannot imagine how much they cost. This chainsaw right here, made by Trick or Treat Studios, I think that's the first time I've ever seen like a replica of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre chainsaw. I kind of actually want to get me one. Then over here they had the Billy puppet, which I'm not sure who made that one. Probably Trick or Treat Studios again, but it looks cool. They actually had a Chucky doll that was in the Good Guys box, which I thought was so cool. I would love to have something like that and just leave it in the box and stick it somewhere. I think it was Trick or Treat Studios did something like that a few years back, and it was like $300 or something. And I was like, just really couldn't justify spending $300 on a doll. There was this giant werewolf here in the back that looked so cool, and honestly, when I first panned down and I saw this woman laying on the floor, I thought it was a real woman for half a second. I went, oh no, that's some kind of sculpt of some kind. It was crazy looking and it was really real. This place had stuff everywhere. It was on the walls, it was hanging from the ceiling. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even get footage of. There was just so much going on, so much stuff. They had these little things here with the tongues wiggling. And then there were these masks here. They don't look like they're factory made, you know, by some kind of company or something like that. They look like they were made by somebody either local or maybe they're made by the people in the store. I don't know. I didn't ask, but they look awesome. And then here we go. We have the giant wall of masks. When I was young, I remember going to the Halloween store or some kind of store, and I remember seeing a giant wall of masks just like this. And it seems like as I've gotten older, the mask section always gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's fun to go somewhere and see something like this that is just masks from floor to ceiling. And it's just a thing of beauty, if you ask me. And right down here, they have the Halloween 3 masks, which I need to finally get me those at some point, especially the pumpkin. I really want the pumpkin. It looks so cool. Then there was this pumpkin guy, looked like he was a butler or something like that. Like I said, a lot of stuff just everywhere. It was very dense, very packed. They had these tombstones. They had Jason and Freddy and the Beetlejuice one. The Beetlejuice one actually looks crazy accurate. Again, lots of stuff hanging from the ceiling. There was actually this wasp hanging from the ceiling, which I didn't really get a shot of when I went back and looked through all the footage. You can kind of see it back there. And then there was a wasp nest back there as well. And it looked really awesome looking. It was just giant wasp just on the ceiling. I'm sure it's probably very expensive, but it looks really cool. I don't know who made it, or if it was a company that made it, I don't know, but it looked really cool. And these little dolls here actually reminded me of the masks I was talking about earlier. Like maybe there's a local artist that makes these and they sell them in the store, or maybe somebody that works at the store makes them. I don't know. These guys right here I know are from some kind of company, but these things are so damn cute, so awesome. Little Jason, little Michael Myers, little Freddy. They had a little Hannibal Lecter in there. There was a Pinhead guy. They're really cool. There's Legos. Obviously, you gotta have some Lego horror movie characters, don't you? Leatherface and Freddy. And there's a Predator back there too. And then look at this. Look how cute this thing is. And that little monster guy back there with the 2 heads is so adorable. Moving on to the Home Depot, I will say for a second that I feel like all the big box stores like Home Depot and Lowe's and Target and Spirit and all that stuff, I just feel like everything that they have is just the same stuff every year. And honestly, the only thing that really changes is these animatronics. This Frankenstein guy's new, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the witch before. The Grim Reaper guy looks awesome. I think he might be new, but I'm not exactly sure. But some of this stuff I know I've seen before, and that is why I don't really have too much footage this year for the Halloween Fun video, to be completely honest with you. I did go to a Lowe's and they didn't even have their stuff out yet, and then Target likes to put their stuff out way later than everybody else, and I just didn't even go to Target this year. I said screw it. The giant 12-foot tree looking guy I think might be new. They had this Chucky guy here, which somebody took the time to braid his hair.
And the dog, I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I dig it.
Somebody who works there, I guess, took the time to braid his hair, and then they also put a little apron on him and wrote Chuck, which I thought was kind of funny. Oh, this Plague Doctor guy here, he is pretty cool. Get back to him in a second. This dog looked pretty cool. I didn't even see it at first. I was messing with the Plague guy and I said, oh crap, there's a dog down here. But this Plague guy, I'm actually kind of curious what he looks like in the dark, because he has all these little lights and stuff and his eyes light up. But he looks pretty cool. I always like the Plague Doctor look. They had a couple of more things over here that I think were new, like this little skeleton with the pumpkin head and the little clown guy stacked on top of one another. Now, all of this stuff back here, all the inflatables, everything's pretty much the same except for these miniature versions of the 12-foot skeletons, which I think are new. But everything else I just feel like is the same old, same old. Nothing too crazy. The bunny there is pretty cool looking, to be honest with you. And some of this stuff is kind of creepy, but it's just all the same stuff. Nothing too crazy here at the Home Depot. Some Chucky lights and some pumpkin lights, but on to Spirit Halloween. So I went to 2 different Spirit Halloweens this year and just kind of jammed all the footage together. This Spirit had Art the Clown right as you come through the door. I think it's really cool how crazy popular Art the Clown is getting. It's just cool that he's kind of getting a little mainstream, and people that don't even really know much about horror movies kind of know who Art the Clown is now. Back here on the mask wall, I will say, just feel like all the masks are the same. I'm not sure what the deal is with Spirit, but I just feel like every year I go straight to the masks because that's my favorite section, and it's all the same stuff. At this particular Spirit, there was this ringmaster looking guy. I don't know if he's like a circus dude or what. But then to the right of him, he had a Ghostface friend. And I actually thought the Ghostface guy looked kind of funny because he has like a really small neck and his arms are kind of skinny. But I don't know, if you bought this, maybe you could like bulk him up a little bit and make it look better. He's cool nonetheless. Now to the mask wall at this Spirit. Like I said, it's just all the same stuff every year, but there's this one mask I want to pause on. This mask right here. This mask is a Spirit Halloween, like original made mask. And I think this is just another one of those masks that companies will put out that are somewhat reminiscent of a Jason mask, but different enough or different in a way that it's not impeding on any copyright. Obviously, this one has a different shape and a different paint scheme and all that. So it's vastly different from a Jason mask, but it's still a hockey mask. And we all know who wears the hockey mask. I just wanted to pause on it real quick and just say that I actually think this mask is kind of cool, even though it is a hockey mask. You got the blood around the mouth. You got all these red designs on there that are a lot different. It's not just a plain mask with nothing going on. So at least they put some kind of thought and some kind of care into this. It's not just a Jason ripoff. And in a second here, you will see a cheap Jason knockoff, which I don't even know why people buy these things. This mask right here, who's buying that? Seriously, I don't know. I'd rather buy the other one. At least the other one has like a cool paint scheme and it's got something going on. But they still sell them. They're there every year. So somebody must be buying them. I don't know. Stop buying these cheapo hockey masks, people. Seriously. Again, all these masks are pretty much the same. The trick-or-treat Halloween masks. You got the trick-or-treat leather face masks. There was a cool ghost face mask there, which I think was based on Scream 6, where they brought back the original ghost face mask and it was like rotten. So I thought that was kind of cool. There was this giant Jason guy at the top here, was huge. I thought it was really cool, even though it's just a dude wearing the Spirit Halloween Jason costume. It's just cool to see Jason because we haven't seen Jason since 2009. They need to bring him back by now. What is going on? Also, I saw this cool Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Leatherface mask, which I'm not sure if I've seen before. I'm not sure if it's something new that Spirit put out or if it's been out for a while and I'm just now seeing it. I don't know. Again, I will say the Nightmare on Elm Street 4 mask is actually pretty decent. If you can find yourself a good copy, I would totally pick it up. Then there was this clown guy here. He had a severed head in his little thing of cotton candy. Thought that was kind of funny. Then there was this spider looking thing, or I don't know what the heck it was supposed to be. I guess it's a spider, kind of creepy looking. On the other side, they had like this marionette doll guy. But like I was saying, like I feel like Spirit has all these animatronics that they switch up every year. But the rest of the store is essentially the same. There's only like 1 or 2 or 3 little things here and there that change or are new products of some kind. But for the most part, all the products are the same every year. And that's just kind of the problem I had this year, to be completely honest with you. It was just all the same stuff. This thing I've seen before that jumps up 12 feet or whatever. It's just they changed the way that the costume looked on it. I was actually really excited to see this Crypt Keeper statue thing. I thought it was so cool. You don't really see much Crypt Keeper stuff because I feel like there's some kind of problem with the copyright or something like that. I don't know. They tried to bring the show back a few years back and it didn't work out because of the copyright issue. So maybe one day they can get that worked out. But I will say Universal Studios owns that Halloween 2 copyright and they really push that to the edge. Everything's got Halloween 2, Halloween 2, Halloween 2. So I know the video is a little short this year, but like I said, I went to a couple of different stores and I got the footage that I got. Unfortunately, there was no Halloween City in my area this year. I don't know why. For the last like 3 or 4 years, there's been a Halloween City. Every year, I look it up, I see where it's at, I go to it, and I film a bunch of stuff. And honestly, out of all the stores that I would go to every year, Halloween City was my favorite place to go. I feel like they always had the best stuff. This year, I looked it up, no Halloween City. I did go to a Walmart and I did see some Halloween stuff, but nothing worthwhile. So I'm sorry this video is a little short this year. I was actually contemplating not even posting a Halloween fun video this year, but I said to myself, I cannot go a whole year without posting a Halloween fun video. So here it is. It is what it is. I hope you like this one. Happy Halloween. And would you kindly subscribe?